I think my so tell me stories are now just wearing off on Chaufie. Now he's trying to out so tell me.
Hey man, nah, you know what? You got a ton of adventures. Like I know we're still barely scratching the surface.
Oh yeah, I just had another one today.
You know what? I don't know what to do with you, man.
Yeah.
But and thank you everybody for listening. This is a new episode of Cadillac on Mars. You know, you got me, Chaufie, you got my homie Delvin. Shaun allegedly is going to show up, but he just claims that he got home from the gym, which Delvin and I have deducted is actually the gym is probably a McDonald's or a diner.
the McDonald's gym, the plate gym, they have McDonald's.
Yeah, just lifting forks and burgers, more than likely. He also said he hadn't had dinner yet, which I was just like, he hadn't had dinner. This shit's like near 10 p.m. over where you guys live. Like, what's he talking about?
Yeah, he definitely is at McDonald's.
Right.
In the little play area where you can like get on like the monkey bars and stuff and eating a hamburger Happy Meal.
Shaun lives the old Taco Bell style. He has fourth meal. But yeah.
Well, you should mention that.
Fourth meal or Taco Bell?
Taco Bell. Because I showed my son the old Taco Bell commercial with the racist ass dog.
Oh, you quiero?
Yeah, I was showing him like, see what we used to get away with in the 90s? I was showing him the one where the dog was like, he lizard.
Oh, yeah.
with the for Godzilla.
Advertisements were fucking wild back in the day. They were just like, oh, you got feelings on something? Watch.
Why is this dog sounding very stereotypical Hispanic?
Oh, man, for real. Oh, but I forgot about the lizard. And then you had all these like white girls like doing bestiality on the screen because they're all trying to make out with Spuds McKenzie.
Yes, that was also a thing at one point in time.
And Spuds was pulling hose like nonstop. He was just getting drunk, fucking hanging out with a bunch of like white chicks.
How wild is that the fucking sponsor for Budweiser was a fucking dog just hanging around a bunch of women, and it worked.
That's what I was about to say. And the fact that it worked, the fact that it was like, what was I, a junior high, elementary when Spuds McKenzie happened? And it
probably
was like,
around that time.
And it was like, we were wearing that merch to school. Like, that's when there still wasn't rules. So it was like, you could come to school with like fucking Budweiser gear and they'd be like, oh, Spuds McKenzie. It's like, what?
You got the alcoholic dog on your shirt.
Right. It was, man, hey, Spuds McKenzie was only a shade away from getting his own cartoon.
Yeah, right. He legit was.
I'm sure if we dig deep enough, there's a pilot somewhere. There
has to be
a script on Spuds McKenzie.
They were trying to figure out how to get away with that shit. Can we get away with a dog who drinks beer?
Like, I mean, probably. But that's when things were very like, you could see shit was like directed towards kids appeal because Joe Camel was out that era too.
Yes.
And he was like this guy who fucking was a camel smoking cigarettes. And that, I think that's kind of what really like pushed it over.
That is wild.
Yeah. Fully had like a penis for a nose.
Yeah.
That was
looked like Jay-Z.
Yeah. Fully. You said it, not me. But it was this crazy fucking Roger Rabbit. Yeah, Jessica Rabbit, just fucking booty everywhere. Like,
yeah. I still trip out the fact that Kid and Play had a cartoon series.
Yeah.
Like it was an animated series based off the House Party movie.
Yes.
Which was not for kids.
Zero. They were fucking around. Like they were having the wildest ass party. Literally a house party. And they were like, this would be a good cartoon.
It would be the equivalent of somebody making like a Menace to Society cartoon show for Nick.
Yeah, exactly. Like featuring Rugrats. Yeah, man. TV was fucking some wild ass shit back in the day. And then you kind of see how like people of like, in a sense, our generation sort of dictating like TV. And it's like, now you get these like retro rebirths of, you got the new He-Man show that's back on. And there was something else recently too that was like another reboot. But
it's a lot of shit that's a reboot.
Yeah. And or like a reimagining in a sense too. Which have you watched any of the new He-Man?
Yeah, I loved it. I know people have problems with it, but I love it. It's really good to me.
Now, do they have a problem with the show or the problem with Kevin Smith? Because I feel like people don't want to give it a chance because of Kevin Smith. And I'm like, you guys are whack.
I will say people have a problem where the show went. You know, you can probably hear they saying like it's woke He-Man and stuff like that. I love what the show went. I think it's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I think it's really cool what they did with it. Because let's call a spade a spade. On paper, He-Man's a boring
I ain't calling
character.
anyone a spade on this show, man. I know. Zero. We have very few listeners, and I can't lose them. It's just basically me and Mike Fowler who listen, and my wife. So.
Yeah. Good point. But yeah, it's He-Man's like a boring ass character. He's the strongest man in the universe. He always beats the shit out of Skeletor, and that's kind of the end of the story.
Yeah.
This kind of adds layers onto the mythos of He-Man. Not only that, it opens up the other characters like Man-at-Arms, Tila, and why you should give a fuck about any of them.
Well,
that's what I thought was awesome.
Okay, so I watched 10 minutes. I'm really interested in watching it, but I watched it like at the wrong time. Like I started watching that bitch like around midnight, and then I was like, "Oh, this is interesting."
Yeah,
and then I got the, "Are you still here? Or are you still watching?" And I was like, "Ah, shit." So I do want to go back, but just like within the 10 minutes that I watched, it really, just in that opening where it's like you realize that Man-at-Arms is a leader. Like they have roles, whereas like when we watched it as kids, He-Man, like if you've watched the Toys That Made Us, it's a 30-minute commercial. Like,
that's all it is.
There was no story. They were like, okay, Skeletor does some shit. He-Man beats his ass. Wash, rinse, repeat.
Yeah, and
Orko gets in trouble.
And I watched the He-Man show like I watched it recently, the old show, because I have Tubi. And for those who don't know, Tubi's like
like when you get platform. A vasectomy, they cut your Tubi.
No, it's a streaming platform that's free. It has commercials and everything like that. But you can pretty much watch almost any 80s cartoon show for free. Like Denver the Last Dinosaur, Cops, the 80s Transformers series, the 80s G.I. Joe series, all for free.
So it's kind of like how Crackle is from movies.
Yes.
Because like Crackle, you can find some deep dives in there where you can't find it anywhere else. You just have, if you don't subscribe, then you got to watch commercials.
You just answered it. It's exactly like Crackle. Same thing. It has old 80s movies and 90s movies and stuff. A lot of the stuff that you don't see on most streaming sites, it's on Tubi. It's really good.
Like, let me tell you, I don't know why, but about a month ago, I was really hard up to watch Pootie Tang. You can't watch Pootie Tang anywhere.
It might be on Tubi.
It's on Crackle. So that's where I was just like, oh shit. And it was funny because it's like of all these places, like my money was on Amazon Prime that I would find it with like my subscription on there. And I was like, shit, not even on Amazon Prime. So then I like did some searching and found it on Crackle. And I was like, damn, all right. So it's just like, it was one of those things like, I'll take it. I'll watch a couple commercials just to watch this movie. Why not? Fuck it.
Yeah, that's what I do usually. If you can deal with the commercials, which I don't mind. If it's free, I can deal with your fucking commercials, whatever.
Yeah.
But, I'll just sit there and enjoy and watch it. Like, Crackle used to have a lot of stuff on there. They had the Seinfeld show, Comedians in Cars, Drinking Coffee.
Okay.
They had a pretty decent suspense thriller with the guy from Heroes. I can't remember the name. I think it was called Chosen or something like that. Huh. It was a Crackle original series. It was pretty good.
Interesting.
It was just kind of one of those things that Crackle was before its time.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's still around now, but I don't think people are like looking like they used to.
Yeah. And I think that's like because the market is like so saturated too. I mean, you got like it's funny because you got so many like people that are like, I'm cutting the cord, and then it's like, yeah, I'm spending like a smooth grand on all these subscriptions now.
I legit didn't cut the cord, and I paid more for cable than I ever paid in my life because really? I got on the highest speed internet now, and I got that because when they changed my service, like how Comcast, okay, your 2 years is up and stuff like that. my internet was like the same price with or without cable. So I said, fuck it, I might as well just get cable with the internet. So it's like I got the internet, high-speed internet and cable for free. But then now that I have cable, I ran into the problem where the kids like Paramount Plus. The kids also like HBO Max.
Mm-hmm.
I need Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime is a must-have for me.
Yeah.
So I have to pay. I have to have that. Disney Plus. I got lucky with Disney Plus, actually.
Did you cop that deal back then?
I caught the deal, and then I got really lucky because we're going to discuss this on the So Tell Me eventually. I lost my phone, and I had to get a new phone number and everything like that, and got my phone on Verizon. And Verizon has Disney Plus, ESPN,
they do their promotion
for free. So I got all those channels for free, like ESPN Plus, Disney Plus, and Hulu for free. So that cut down 3 of the services I would normally have to pay for.
Yeah, boom.
But then with that cutting it down, then Peacock came. So like, fuck. And my daughter loves The Office. And then they merged the WWE Network into Peacock. So I guess I gotta have Peacock now.
Yeah.
So I essentially have all the services now.
Yeah, we so I still have DirecTV, but through DirecTV, I still it still comes with like a bunch of stuff. So like I have like one of the bigger packages. So then I end up having HBO, Showtime, like all the streaming apps are available to me. Plus there's a couple others that kind of get cut down way low. And I've done the math too, where I was like, okay, so if I just get rid of this DirecTV and then just re-up and subscribe the other way. And I was like, oh shit, if I cut it and then resubscribe to the apps, I end up like paying $50 more a month.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I was like, well, I might as well just stay with what I got and then just DVR what I like to DVR. Yeah.
I kind of like, I'm at a point now where my, what is it called? Peacock is about to be up. So I think I get Peacock free with Comcast. So I'm going to just transfer that over to that.
Nice.
And try to consolidate some of these things because it's just too much. Like, out of all the services I have right now, I probably would want to get rid of Netflix. That's the one I use the least. But now they're starting to come out with stuff on it now. So it's like, fuck.
And you know what it is? It's always a flip-flop. I tend to like watch a lot of Netflix and then no Hulu, and then like a ton of Hulu and no Netflix. Like it's just whatever I kind of sink my teeth into. Amazon Prime is always like the way in the back because one, just its interface looks like
crap,
like a fucking junkyard. Where it's just like
it does.
You're like, I'm here to just look for like an alternator, and then it's like maybe in the way back, you got to dig through all kinds of shit. It's like the interface is like super janky. It's not even clean. Like it just looks like if they took like screenshots of JPEGs.
Yeah,
it's like, what? You
that's exactly how it
looks. Like you look at the screenshot of, or you look at the thumbnail of like a TV show and it says Getty Images across the top. You're like, yeah, pay for this.
It looks bootleg as fuck.
It really does.
It looks so bad. I don't want to watch shit on there. Like it took me a while to get through it. Eventually, like I don't want to go through this interface. This interface is horrible.
No. You know what those thumbnails look like when you buy a bootleg DVD?
Yes,
because
you nailed it.
Because the photocopy is always like too dark. I mean, when you stream it, it looks fine, but the image itself, it just looks like a giant fucking mess. Where it's like, what the hell is this?
Like when you buy a modern bootleg DVD, like when the bootleggers start figuring out we can create DVD menus on these things.
Yeah. No, and even the menu feels like that too, where it's like this shit is fucking terrible.
You're terrible.
Man, your life is terrible. What's up, Shaun, man?
That was me.
What is that, a dice game? What's that in the background?
Why you say a dice game? What are you talking about?
I don't know if that's your TV or something.
I'm playing the show. I got to multitask, man. I don't get a lot of free time these days.
Oh, man. Shaun and I got some breaking news.
I guess I got to turn my TV down so y'all on my game business and shit. All right, go ahead. I ain't know my headphones was that good.
Yeah, turn my headphones up. So yeah, we're finally gonna make this Thanksgiving thing happen, man. Shit's gonna be tight. Family and I flying out to Atlanta.
They're bringing churros.
Yeah, no, I don't. Now you know what I'm bringing. I'm smuggling in my favorite Thanksgiving dish of all, stovetop stuffing.
You will not cross the threshold of my house.
I'm gonna stuff it in my socks.
You might as well come in here. You might as well wear an All Lives Matter t-shirt if you're gonna bring that shit over here.
I mean, I got 2 of them.
Oh my God. But when I jumped on, what were y'all talking about? It's so terrible.
Like how many fucking apps there are, and then how terrible the interface is for Amazon Prime.
It is the worst out of all of them.
I haven't used it, and shit. What's the last thing I watched on Amazon? I never watched The Boys season 2. I still haven't watched Invincible. I haven't watched Amazon Prime in forever, but yeah, that shit was trash.
I will say Invincible was really, really good. Like once I started watching,
really
I was like, this shit is tight. Season 2 of The Boys.
I own every issue. I love Invincible.
Yeah, it's probably the best thing on Amazon Prime.
I forgot you buy comic books.
Yeah, I look. No conventions has really saved me from buying a bunch of comic books that I'm not gonna read.
Oh, that's true. That's true. You have shared plenty of stories of like spending a lot of money and then being like, but they're still in the bag. It's kind of like how you game too.
Yeah, I mean, but it's like I think Invincible and The Walking Dead are the ones where I own like either 100% or 90% of the series since they actually have an end date.
Now, is Invincible Kirkman as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. No, but that shit was good.
Yeah, that shit
I really liked it. Yeah.
Yeah, interface. It is way too many apps because I was just complaining about like, oh, let me see. How do I watch, men's Olympic basketball? It's like, oh, it's on Peacock. Oh, fucking Peacock. Like, the Olympics is on like 5 channels. Like, why the fuck is that on?
It is.
Why do I got to go over there now?
It's on Paramount Plus. Like, oh my God.
It's on USA. It's on YouTube. It's on whatever NBC or
it's like, the NBC Sports Channel. Yeah, I'm just like, why the fuck do I got to watch that shit on Peacock?
Also, why did you watch the men's Olympic basketball? That was a waste of fucking time.
Man. I mean, I didn't. I was looking for it. This before they got their ass beat because I work on Sundays. So it was like I was up when the game was on. So I was like, well, let me just go ahead and watch the game since I'm up this fucking early for no reason anyway.
Yeah.
But then they end up getting their ass beat.
Seriously.
France is pretty good, but they're just not very good.
Well, someone said online, they're like, who's surprised by these pros losing when all they know how to do, you got like a bunch of superstars who play as individuals and just shoot threes. You're going to lose.
Well, I mean, there's people
who play as teams.
There's people on USA Basketball who I've never heard of before, and I watch basketball every single day of the season. So that's not a good thing. I'm like, what's it like, Keldon Johnson or some shit like that? Who the fuck is that? Like, is he actually in the NBA? Like, they get a college player? Who the fuck is that?
Kevin Johnson's nephew. Hey, Keldon, go out there and play.
Yeah.
Do you play basketball, Keldon? No. Just go out there.
That actually took me back to like, do you guys remember that old McDonald's commercial when it was like a Kevin Johnson or something like that when he got like his first job and so everyone was like tipping their hats?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's Calvin.
Oh, Calvin.
Calvin racist ass commercial.
I'm telling you, man.
What the fuck? This motherfucker proud to be working at goddamn McDonald's.
Right.
Calvin got a job.
Hey, they were hollering like he got a degree.
Hey, you can be proud now with that $15 an hour when you were in high school.
Back then it wasn't the same. Back then it was like making $5.
No, back then it was like, you making that good $4.
Right.
$5 an hour. Calvin got a job. Get the fuck out of here.
Right, seriously.
He's flipping burgers.
So terrible. But that's something we noticed too. It's like, man, you know what? McDonald's really out here trying to keep the community down too. Because you watch TV like late at night. Let's say you watch like a NBC, maybe a fast food commercial. You watch like BET, all McDonald's commercials, like back to back. Like, how did you show 4 different McDonald's commercials, one right after the other?
Always talk about the United Negro College. Every one of them.
They do actually. Damn, now that you mention it. Yeah, they do that.
Do you guys know anyone who has
literally nobody?
I don't know a single goddamn person who has gotten the United Negro College Fund. I think it's a scam. I don't think it even exists.
Yeah, it sounds like some fucking Trumpy scam over here.
Trump University.
Yeah. You're right, exactly. I'm like, I don't know. But anyways, I do want to talk about this since Shaun's on Thanksgiving though. Like, what am I supposed to bring?
In terms of what? To my house?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, you'll be here for plenty of days beforehand. I don't know. Then y'all can figure that shit out. I don't know. I just do my part, man. I don't be asking questions.
What's your part?
I make some shit on the grill. I might make some sweet potato pies. I haven't decided.
On the grill?
No. Well, I mean, I could.
You said I'm gonna make some shit on the grill.
Right, that's all.
And then I might
smoke my sweet potato pie. The fuck?
I have seen some shit like that on one of those random Food Network shows where they're making desserts on the grill.
Oh yeah.
But
it's in the fucking barbecue ones they have now. Are you gonna do it like veggie hot links or anything like that?
Am I supposed to?
No.
Fuck you. Who fucking? About who the fuck eats veggie hot links? Like, is that something y'all do in California? That's some of y'all hippie shit. What the fuck is that?
Yeah,
that sounds awful.
I gotta get a fresh pair of Vans to bring on up too.
Trash. The only like veggie thing that I make on the grill is I'll make some Impossible burgers because they're surprisingly delicious.
All right. I see. I can't wait to.
I'm gonna just slide one. Foods. Yeah, I'm gonna just slide one in. You ain't gonna realize that you just ate an Impossible burger.
Whoa, you're like, oh shit, man! You ain't slide nothing in.
Sound like jail.
Why it sounds like jail? Like,
we're not talking about the health inspector.
Like, easy, man. Damn.
What do you usually contribute anything? What do you do on Thanksgiving usually? Like, what do you contribute to your family's meal?
Oh, I contribute to the cause of trying to avoid going to my family's house. So
that's a good cause.
This year, when they ask, are you coming over? I'll be like, no, I'm going to be in Atlanta, so I can't come over.
I contribute the most important thing: the money to buy the goddamn food.
Right.
That's
last year was it? It was a good Thanksgiving. So I know when my wife listens to this, she's probably going to say something to me.
Yes, she is.
Even though we did have a good Thanksgiving. It was the whitest Thanksgiving ever because that's when we went to the Grand Canyon. So in the RV, I cooked a veggie turkey roll that was stuffed with like berries.
Wait a second. Didn't y'all just do some white people shit?
Oh, we'll get into that too.
Okay.
So with some Brussels sprouts from Whole Foods.
Wow.
And then like a cauliflower mashed potato type of thing, you know? So it was good, but it was also like I did lose some melanin points.
Yeah.
Well, it's like when we go, what usually happens is the people that visit or whatever, we start a group text like a week before because I try to go shopping before people get here because if you wait till Tuesday or Wednesday, the stores are going to be barren.
Yeah.
So we try to go get all that shit like Sunday or Monday. So we like start a group text. Yeah, be like what's needed and what we're having, and that's kind of how we come up with the menu.
Yeah, because I thought I would just bring over like maybe 2 frozen pumpkin pies.
Come on, man. You might as well wear all that's not a t-shirt. Get the shit over with. Okay? Let's do it.
No, I guess since Shaun brought it up, I'll kind of talk about what we've been up to lately. So I did summer school, and so I was like, we're not really going to do much this summer, so fuck it, I'll just like work summer school, get paid extra. And then once we were done, the next day we drove to Zion, and so that was a smooth like 7-hour drive from here to Utah, and we were very fortunate because the day we were there was the hottest day on record for Zion.
Jesus.
So that was that was nice because that shit was like 117.
So what is it? God, oh my God.
Some stupid like that. Maybe it was 107, but I'm pretty sure it was 117, 113, 2000. I don't know. It was hot. But then what also really, really helped was the fact that so it was hot like a desert, super fucking dry, and then extremely windy. So it was just like being in like a blow dryer. Just fucking
What? That doesn't sound fun.
What is it? Is that a convection oven where it's like it blows the hot air?
Yeah.
Air fryer.
We were an air fryer. Yeah,
we were in a goddamn air fryer.
Yes, 100%. I fucking took out my contacts out of my eyes, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna fucking rip out my corneas." Like, I think they're fused. Just that shit sucked. Yeah, it was so fucking hot. Like, we basically drove to Utah to stay in a hotel room for 2 days because it was just you would just go outside and be like, "Nope,
I think the same time you were there, one of my friends was in Vegas for like the work convention, and he was just like, "Yeah, I didn't go out until the sun was down, and it still was 90 fucking degrees at that time."
Yeah. Even at night, it was fucking out of control. And then, so we got there the first day, and then the next day our goal was like to just go hiking, and so we got up, and we got the tram at like 5:30, 6 o'clock, something like that. So sun wasn't even up yet. Kids are all fucking wild cranky because they're just like, why are we doing this? We go do the trails. I'll say this. It's nice. If you enjoy the outdoors, I get it. But it's not for us. I believe my daughter said to my wife, you need to stop following these white girls on Instagram. Which my wife did say, yeah, she's kind of right.
I mean, that girl's wise beyond her years.
Right, she really is. She really is.
Yeah, it's like
he called it how she saw it.
Me and some of my boys talking about going to like Denver next year or something like that. And one of my friends, he was just like, yeah, like we can go on a hike or whatever. I was like, the only place I'm hiking to is the fucking bar. You can enjoy that shit by yourself. I'm like, what the fuck I look like?
Yeah,
goddamn hike.
They got nature out there, man. You trying to see some fucking bears and mountain lions? You trying to be a dead body?
I can see them mountains from the distance, and I'm straight.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. You know what else? You know where else you can see it? VR goggles.
Yeah, basically. I'm not trying to like. No, I don't own hiking boots. I'm definitely not going out there in my J's. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, that's not what we're doing.
No. Yeah. So Zion was cool though. Like there was stuff that if we didn't have the kids with us, we probably would have explored more. But after a while, they were just like, they were done. It was, at least in the little like valley sort of canyon trails we were in, it was nice and cool, and like a lot of the heat was out. But once the sun started hitting, it was fucking hitting. And so then we were just like, okay, let's just go back to the room.
Yeah, I mean, the half of the country you're on is basically on fire.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like there's literal fires, and then it's like 115 degrees. Yeah. Like it's crazy out there.
And then right after that, we were our goal was to then slowly make our way back. So then we went to Vegas for a couple of days, and then kind of like how your friend was saying, Shaun, it was just fucking hot, like crazy hot. And but we did go to this really cool like art installation. It's like an artist collective called Meow Wolf, and they're doing this thing out there called Area 15, and it's like this big giant fucking warehouse thing. But their main like installation is like this fake grocery store. And so when you go into the grocery store, it's all these like weird fucking like genetically modified products. And then
you got to be high to enjoy this type of shit. Like I feel like you need to be on acid or something.
If you were, you'd probably have like a panic attack and then die inside. Because it's like you could go, let's say there's like a clothing rack, like a circular one, but if you part the clothes, you'll find that there's like a stairwell to go up, or if you open a cooler, it like goes into like an extra room. So it's like, even though the front is the grocery store, it's like 2 levels possibly, that are just like all these different like weird areas. The thing is, it's an augmented like an augmented reality game. So they give you this like fucking debit card, you scan things, and it's like a commentary on like capitalism and like greed and like resistance. And so you got to figure out like what happened, because there's like the guy who started the grocery store, and then basically his daughter who like had overthrown him, and then like this resistance group that was trying to take down the whole company. It's very convoluted though, because as you're going through it, you're having to like manipulate things. I was like, when we get back to the room, I'm gonna YouTube this so someone can just tell me the story, because we were there for that installation for like 3 hours. I couldn't tell you which way was fucking up and what the story was.
I'm looking at the website of it now. They got a full ass documentary on this.
Oh yeah, it's really fucking cool. Like it's awesome. Yeah. So we had a really good time there, and then there were just other like arts things in that area as well. We did this like thing where you kind of like ride this sort of, they called it hang gliding, but it's like you're hanging like on a swing in a sense, and you just kind of zip through the top of the hangar itself. And then the rest of the time was just fucking like, we don't really gamble, so we just
I don't either.
Pretty much eat, you know. So then we went to what's the fucking this place called, like the Sugar Factory, where they make these like insane.
Oh yeah. I've seen Dre. I think he just took his daughter for her birthday to the one here.
Oh yeah.
And I've seen the one in Vegas on Food Network. Like, yeah, that shit's crazy.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. And then we went to what's it? I think it's called Cake and Pizza or some shit like that. I'm fucking up the name, but you know Buddy from fucking the Cake Show.
Cake Boss?
Yeah, Cake Boss. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's got like a formal restaurant there, but he also has just like a grab and go pizza and cake place. Man, his pizzas are pretty good for like grab and go. I was like, these shits is delicious. We ate all kinds of fucking pizza from his spot. We were like, let's try this one and that one. So that was actually really, really good. Then we went to another place called Secret Pizza, and that was pretty good too. But I think Buddy's was better in my opinion.
Where did y'all stay?
For a place.
Wait, what did you say, Delvin?
So that's a weird combination for a place. Cake and pizza?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're triangular, and he fucking makes cakes.
yeah.
He's Italian.
Where did y'all stay?
We usually stay at the Excalibur.
Okay.
Because the kids really like the fucking arcade under. So then at least they have a pretty good time there. Dude, fucking rooms are insanely cheap. Like, so we stayed there for 2 nights, and I'm not even exaggerating when I tell you that those 2 nights cost me like $120 total.
That's really good.
That's crazy, because we're going to Chicago this week, and rooms are not cheap. And we like, compared to what we paid when we booked it a couple months ago, like it's crazy expensive.
Yeah. No, this was like, I think because they're just trying to get like people back and get into the swing of things. Because I was talking to a guy there, and he was saying that he's gone for all kinds of sporting events since like January, and he's like, it was crazy in January. He's like, it was a ghost town. Nobody was in the casinos. Like everything was closed. He's like, it was real freaky. And he's like, every month it's just a few more people.
Everybody and their mom is traveling now. Like my sister was saying, the airport is so fucking crowded.
Oh, that's right. Your sister works in the airport, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I looked at the airport parking lot the other day, and like pretty much all the lots were full.
Yeah. Yeah. I think people are just kind of like, fuck it, let's get out before we get shut down again.
Yeah, basically.
So that was actually, I mean, overall it was a good trip. It was just exhausting because we drove, and that just gets real tiring, where it's just like after a while, especially on the way home, it's like once I'm ready to be home, I'm ready to like be home. I'm just like, fuck this. Like, just let me get there. That's where I'm like, if we could just fly everywhere, that'd be tight, because then I don't have to deal with this. But,
well, we're flying to Chicago, and fucking rental cars are so freaking expensive these days.
Now, why are you guys going to Chicago?
We haven't, but the kids haven't been in like 4 years, I don't think, something like that.
Damn.
So it's been a while since they've been in. My daughter wanted to go.
So you guys are just going for like fun and for visiting, not like for a thing or anything.
Yeah, like this, like that was the thing. We never ever really go back to just hang out and do touristy shit. You know, like we're always there for a specific reason. So
Yeah.
This is probably the first time since I moved that I've gone back just to go. There was no purpose.
Mm-hmm. That should be fun.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
You still have a lot of family out there?
Yeah, I mean, my sister actually is in town. My other sister, she lives in Dallas now, but she's gonna be there. And my grandma still lives there. My uncle, well, both my grandmas, my dad. So I got some, not a ton, but I got some.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that should be cool.
I mean, we got friends going with us, so we'll see our family. We're doing a couple of events. Like we're gonna meet up at the pizza spot on Saturday. And I think we got like 50 of our friends coming, which we didn't expect.
Damn.
You're
about to take over.
You invite a bunch of people and you'd be like, yeah, a couple will show up or whatever, and then it's just like, yeah, more people showed up than we thought.
Yeah, so and so told so and so. Everyone's come and kick it.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, it'll be fun.
Damn.
What the fuck are you doing?
That's gonna be tight. That should be good. You doing any?
Yeah, I mean it's quick because the say it again. No, I was gonna say that the kids start school next week, so we're trying to get something in real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I was asking Delvin if he's planning on doing any more traveling.
No, but
what is happening in your life?
I can't tell that story here. I'll just say this. In about 2 weeks, I'm gonna have a really interesting story for the Patreon.
Oh,
Lord have mercy.
This motherfucker, man.
I see. I almost fucked up. I almost said something I shouldn't have said.
Did you get a mail order bride?
No.
It's just like I've heard
a
bunch of Delvin stories. Really, be like, I can't say that here. I'm really afraid to know what happened. I'm just
what it is. It's because on the So Tell Me podcast, so Delvin names names.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
He's out here. He's like, you know what? I'm giving you socials. I'm giving you names, addresses. You want some snapshots? I got those too. He puts everything out there.
Yeah, I'm 100% honest. Like, tell everything. I don't bite my tongue with shit. That is the most honest opinion or take you're gonna get on anything I gotta say.
Yeah.
Well, you need to go in there, Chaufie, and ask him, is he actually gonna go to C2E2? Because I don't think he's going. He's full of shit.
Yeah.
He's not going to front.
He's faking Jamaican over here, man. He ain't going.
I may go because, like I said, I'll tell it on the podcast.
So in 2 weeks, we'll find out if you can go to something in December.
Yeah.
You got a lot of lead-ins, man. It's like you're taking the mid-season finale to like the next season, and then like, come on, man.
Seriously, it's just because situations change. and one of those situations pertain to somebody going somewhere really far.
Does that person listen to this podcast? Probably not. Tell the fucking story.
No, I can't tell. I can't tell the fucking story. I legit can't.
Is your ex going to Africa to see her boyfriend?
No, but you're close. I'll tell the story. I will tell the, exactly.
You know what? Never mind. I'm going. Never mind. Just keep it moving.
We can't tell that story. We cannot tell that story here.
And for anyone listening, no, that's not me being racist. If you listen to Delvin's other shit,
pay the fucking $1, you cheap fucks. That's all you gotta do. It's $1 to have
Jordans I own. I don't have $1 to give you. That's what you think this is, man.
It's a
we talked about this.
$1.
I just bought some more today. I don't have $1.
To hear me pour my heart out and tell these wild ass stories about all kind of crazy shit that I've been through.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to actually give you $1 when I get another job. Like I just cannot listen to podcasts like I used to since I'm on the phone all day.
So when are you gonna try to leave this job?
When I get back from Chicago next week.
Oh shit! That's why you're on vacation this week, huh? You're like, oh, by the way, guys, looking for something.
Peace.
No, it's like I gotta get my laptop is shit, so I need to get a new laptop next week. Then I can, update
Wait, so
my
that's why they can give you a new job? You're like, I only get new jobs because they give me new laptops. What's my laptop?
No, I said I need.
Because that's what happened at your government job. You were like, this laptop sucks.
No. I'm in
my laptop budget.
No, I got a new one for work. I'm in my personal laptop is trash, just old. It's like 7 years old, so it's time to do something about that. Hey man, I don't do shit on my work computer, but literal work. I I don't go on my personal, no nothing. You can't say you caught me doing a goddamn thing. So that's why it's like I need to get a new personal computer so I can start applying for shit.
Sean's
but yeah,
out here
I'm
with
gonna just grab one when I
side
get
by
one.
side.
I've definitely done that. Like when back at my old job when I was trying to get them Hamilton tickets,
yeah,
I definitely looked like a computer hacker because I had my personal computer out trying to get the tickets. I was on my work computer. I had my phone. It looked like I was doing some very unreputable things at that time, but I had to get them tickets.
That's what I was doing, trying to get this PS5. Failed every goddamn time.
Man, that'd be hard work.
It was hard. I got really lucky that I was able to get two. That was very, very, very lucky.
I got real lucky.
Did I talk about Delvin the last time we recorded about going to Disneyland?
I think you did.
Okay. Yeah, because then I know
I didn't hear that story. What about
because you were telling about the Star Wars land and stuff.
Yeah. Well, so we did. Because Shaun wasn't on. We went to.
I did see that you did that, and I was jealous because I wanted to.
Man, let me tell you, that Star Wars, like the whole area is amazing, and both rides are like out of this world. But the Rise of the Resistance is like, that's a fucking experience, man. It is like multi-layered, it's just truly like out of this world. But when you were talking about like getting the like trying to get your Hamilton tickets and shit like that, like it becomes a challenge because you have to now use the app. It's like the fucking sneakers app. Like you gotta like, in order to get the tickets for the ride, you gotta log into the app, and then you only have like a certain amount of time to like get your ticket for the ride, and it's between that and the Spider-Man ride. But a friend of mine had told me
the old Spider-Man ride, or they got a different one now.
They got a new Spider-Man ride there. It's kind of like it's like sort of like 3D interactive, where like you sort of fling your fucking wrists around and then you shoot webs at the screen. Like if you've ever been
that's interesting.
Like the Toy Story ride,
yeah,
another one, or like the Buzz Lightyear ride where you're shooting at the screen. It's like that, except you're flinging webs.
Isn't it MCU Spider-Man 2? Something like that.
What do you mean?
It has the Spider-Man from the MCU, like
yeah, because that's all in the fucking Marvel campus or whatever it is.
Yeah, because
they still haven't even. I don't even know if they started construction on that in Florida, the Marvel campus, have they?
Not at all.
Yeah, no, but when you get on, so a friend of mine told me, she was like, load the Disney app on like 3 different phones and then load the tickets on there. So she's like, so once it's time to go, just hit them all like at the same time. She's like, and then
so like,
get it.
I went to Disney a couple years ago, and like I said, you had like a month before to get all that shit. Is the Star Wars land like different? Is like you can only do it that day, or how does it
that day?
How does it work?
Yeah,
so you
like,
have to
So like the day of, they do it in Windows. So at like 7 a.m. you log into the app, like you're already on the app by 7 a.m. At 7 a.m. it's like it's go, like 3, 2, 1, log in. Or like, try to select the ticket, and then you just keep fucking mashing the button until it lets you in, and then it'll be like, okay, great, your party's in, and then it gives you a time from there. Like it'll say, like for us, we were group 140, and so that group, we were able to board the ride, and then it's an hour time. Like at first it was 11:30 to 12:30. And then we assumed at some point the fucking ride must have broke down, because then it went like delayed, no one boarding, and then our window didn't open again until like 12:30 to 1:30.
Was it really that crowded?
No, but it wasn't crowded at all. But it's just the way they like pace everybody out. They do it like in big waves. So then when it was our wave, like boom, it was like a bunch of us in line, and then you just like go straight through. And then at noon, the app goes live again. And then you can get like, since we had already done Star Wars, we couldn't get it again, but we could get the Spider-Man ride. But I wasn't.
We got a house phone ringing.
It's my wife's. I'm in her office, so her work phone is going off. Yeah, it's like, it does sound weird. It's like, what the fuck is this? I was completing a survey for work, and they asked for people's cell phone and landline number, and I was like, people still got those? Like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
We had
Yeah,
that makes sense.
I think my mother-in-law has a landline. I think. Yeah, I don't know. If she does, I don't know the number because I have no intention of calling it because I have her cell phone number.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's weird. But anyway,
but
that sounds cool though.
Yeah, I mean, it does feel more efficient. Right now, they don't have fast passes, but even when we were there, it was rad because it was like maybe 50% capacity, if that. We've gone to Disneyland a ton of times, and we did both parks. We did California Adventure, and we did like the main park, and we did like 20 rides or something like that. Which, like, when we used to go in the past, like a good day was if we did like 8 rides, if that. So we fucking knocked it out of the park. But just because you were talking about like scrambling for tickets, I was like, that's what that shit felt like. And then who else? Oh yeah, Gabe from Married to the Games. He was like, use the world clock. He's like, because once the Disney goes by the world clock, so once that hits 0, boom, that's when you hit the button. Not when your phone says 6:59 or 7 o'clock. So I was like, all right, pro tip. So I hit him up later. I was like, that shit worked. So it was cool.
I just quickly Googled that Disney World can never get a Marvel campus. That's why.
What?
They got something to do with the contracts with Universal Studios and shit like that.
Universal owns the rights, so Universal has to give up their rights for them to get a Marvel thing.
Oh, crazy.
I mean, back when Marvel was really struggling and they was giving motherfuckers contracts in perpetuity, that literally never works out for anybody. I don't know why people continue to do that because it never ever works out for the people that are like, "Ooh, we really needed that money forever." Like their situation always improves, and they're like, "Fuck, we made a terrible deal."
Yeah,
it happens every fucking time.
Yeah, because it's the scramble where it's just like, let's just do this, let's just make some money, and it's like,
and it's like for Marvel's more popular than ever. Like Universal would have to be idiots to give that shit. Like, why would they give that up?
And that's why we can't get an Incredible Hulk movie.
Yeah.
Because Universal owns the rights to the Incredible Hulk. That's why they're like, I guess we got to do She-Hulk.
Yeah. Or you get the in and arounds like Thor.
Yeah.
Which is like...
It's crazy to think that Thor, Iron Man, Captain America, those are the characters that nobody wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Like,
that was the only reason they still had the rights because they couldn't sell them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's wild to think that was actually a thing at one point.
Yeah, like the Avengers. Who the fuck wants that?
Yeah. They're like the whole group. Have you seen the Fantastic Four movies? They don't sell. They're like, yeah, you're right.
The motherfuckers actually took the Fantastic Four before the Avengers.
Yeah,
X-Men makes sense to me. I think X-Men makes perfect sense because
I feel like
X-Men was always popular.
But then all of them have a cartoon. Like the Avengers are the only person that, like people in the 90s that never had no type of cartoon, did they?
They had a cartoon that was whack. It was really
the Avengers. I don't remember that. Okay,
they did.
I don't remember the Avengers.
If I tell you, you remember it. The Avengers cartoon was called Avengers United We Stand, and it had the wackest Avengers you can possibly think of. It was like Wonder Man, Hawkeye, the Wasp, and Vision. That was the team.
I don't remember that shit at all.
Like
no, that I do not remember.
Man, you need to Google
Chaufie's old as fuck. So
yeah, right. Exactly. That's why I'm like what?
Like that nigga was grown when that shit came on. You know what I'm saying? So he will remember it.
I was maybe in college. Let me see if I'm gonna find this show. I'm gonna put it.
Oh shit! I was already on my second kid then.
Yeah.
I'm gonna text it to y'all.
I remember like even the Fantastic Four having a little show like for a while, and then they would be on Spider-Man.
Well, and I think Fantastic Four had like multiples because when I was a kid, like when you guys were still in your daddy's balls, like there was a show in the 70s that was like Fantastic.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And then there was the one later, and that's kind of around the time when the X-Men cartoon was like super popping.
And I'm gonna have to go out to fucking Disneyland just so I can go to the Marvel campus. This is some bullshit.
Marvel campus isn't that great either. Like I was really disappointed. Like,
is it done? Like, are they still building shit?
I think there's a couple more rides to go up, but you know what it feels like? it feels like when you watch TV and they're like, this is the future because everything is like in chrome. That's about it. Oh yeah, man, I forgot to tell this on the last episode. I was dying. Okay, so my wife doesn't know anything about like any of the superheroes, like any of the Avengers. Like it's not her thing. She don't care.
She don't watch the movies?
Nah, it's not for her. And so there's this guy walking and he's got not gonna say his name, okay, just for any listeners, but he's got a fucking cape and like a big ass hammer. And so she goes, hey, look, it's Iron Man.
Hold on, what?
I go, or Thor. Or Thor. That's Thor right there. And
wow.
So that shit off to the side, there's a guy in like a full suit, like a metallic suit, right? So it's a little bit like that burgundy and gold, you know? Hey, what kind of Spider-Man is that?
Oh my God.
That's Iron Man. Oh.
Wow.
Captain America, she didn't know who it was.
What the fuck? Nigga, you just made this picture. Delvin just texted us.
No, I did not.
Oh my God.
No. I did not make this picture at all.
What in the Burger King Happy Meal is this? Like
that was the show.
That's
the Scarlet Witch?
That's Scarlet Witch, Wonder Man, Hawkeye, and Ant-Man. Those were the Avengers they were trying to show us.
Ant-Man I've ever seen.
Yeah, like these.
Wow.
We're looking at. I'm gonna tweet this out from the show page so anyone.
Wow.
This
I don't
is
remember
not
that
a real
shit.
show.
Was that a Fox show? That was a Fox show too?
Yeah. It was like Fox Kids when Fox Kids got whacked, and the only thing they had was like Yu-Gi-Oh.
This looks like when they made action figures and they just changed the heads and then called them a new action figure.
Yeah, that
also
looks
this
god-awful.
looks like first generation Photoshop. Like when people were just
they look terrible.
Like, this is really
good.
bad, man.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
That's why they couldn't sell the Avengers, because after that shit came out, they was like, no, don't nobody want this shit.
Okay, so the one closest to us, is that Ant-Man with the yellow belt?
I'll look it right now. I think so, yeah.
Why does he have like plantains on his kneecap?
Not plantains. That's hilarious.
That's his helmet.
Oh, he's holding a helmet?
That's his Ant-Man helmet. Yeah.
Oh, now I see it's upside down.
This show fucking sucked. And I like all Marvel shows.
Man,
I did not like this.
Wow.
Fucking, this is some Mike Fowler bullshit right here. Fuck Mike Fowler.
That's funny.
Wow, dude. Okay, yeah, I gotta share this.
I do not remember that shit at all. I'm gonna do some research, see if I can find an episode online somewhere.
Did you give us a date yet on this thing?
Yeah, it came out in 1989.
1989?
No, 99. That's the wild thing.
99. Okay.
I was 19 when this show came out.
Oh yeah, then at
you said 99?
Yeah, 1999.
Okay, yeah, I was in high school. I wasn't watching it back then.
No,
like
I was gonna say this was like stuff. I had just moved down here. I was in college, and this was when cartoons like got whack, like real whack.
Yeah.
Like it was like almost like that was the end of the really good like Nickelodeon run, where all the shows were just fucking going off and it was great, and then it was like just a big fart, like cartoons gave up.
That's when Saved by the Bell killed cartoons.
Oh shit! It is on here.
I was right. It's on Disney Plus.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured it would be.
Now it seems like they have the other characters in the show, but for some reason, like the main screen has. So I see there's Vision.
Don't let them fool you.
Okay,
like they have Captain America and Iron Man, but they like show up for like 1 or 2 episodes, and then they just all right, we're going.
Here's what I'm gonna say, Shaun. You ready?
Yeah, we're gonna watch it. Okay, I'll watch it.
We don't watch it. Not right now. Not right now.
No, not right now. Yeah.
Save it to C2E2. We'll get wild faded, eating fat pizza, and watching this show. That's the game plan. Allegedly, Delvin will be there, but he's not.
Didn't Fowler say he wanted to come?
Yeah, he said one thing is a white man.
Yeah,
not allowed.
Yeah. I was gonna say something bad.
Oh wow, it's even worse because they said it's set in the vibrant, high-tech near future. So like Chaufie's, everything's gonna be in chrome and shit for no reason. That shit is whack.
This is the reason why Marvel was like, nah, we'll make Blade first.
Yeah. Nah, we're good.
But you know, this is around the same time X-Men Evolution was on, and this other whack shit was on. X-Men Evolution was actually good.
It was pretty good. It was actually really good. And this is what Marvel chose to do.
I'm telling you.
I don't remember this anime looking Fantastic Four from 2006.
I remember that. That was
terrible.
It was mediocre.
Yeah.
They had an Iron Man series that was actually pretty decent.
You talking about like
it's two. It's one that came out in the 90s.
You talking about the one when he was a kid?
Yes.
It was okay. It was weird.
It was weird because he was Iron Man, but he was like 15 years old doing shit grown ass Iron Man was doing.
Yeah, that was weird. But it was also the animation, like everything. I like hand drawn more than like the
I do too.
Computer graphics. That shit looks whack, and I ain't even watching shit.
Man, you broke Shaun.
Yeah,
I just can't believe that shit was, because I'm thinking about all the shows that came out like right before it and then right after it. It's just like that was the pinnacle of whackness. Everything was just so much better.
But when you think about it too, that was really when things got like super, super watered down. Because I know I compared it to like a Burger King Happy Meal, but that's when like Happy Meal toys went from like being like legitimate toys to then just like these blocky ass things.
Trash.
It's like everything got real like
animation. Yeah, animation got real bad for a time. Like it was nothing really good on, and then there was kind of like a resurgence when like I would say like when the Justice League came out, everything like stuff kind of started to get better all around.
Yeah, I want to say like Toonami around the time of Toonami, and when Cartoon Network started revitalizing things with Samurai Jack and Kids Next Door and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's when stuff really started to come around. Yeah, Samurai Jack. You started getting a little bit of like your Johnny Bravo, Powerpuff.
Yeah, that generation of Cartoon Network shows and stuff like that.
Yeah,
there was definitely a dip in the late '90s and then early 2000s to mid 2000s. Things started to get back on the up and up.
Yeah, and I think that's because that's when everything really shifted to Cartoon Network, and they started doing the more like multi-tiered. Like it was good enough for kids, but adults could also get into it too.
I used to love Adult Swim. That was my shit. Like Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
I never smoked weed enough to really get into. I was like, this shit is so fucking random.
I just couldn't get into it.
I couldn't do it.
It was
too fucking random.
It was so weird.
Yeah.
Was so good.
Tried. I got really, really tried, but it was just like it was not for me. But they had all kinds of shit. It was Harvey Birdman, all kinds of.
Birdman was good.
What was? I remember the fucking the talk show, Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
Yeah,
that was really good
shit was
too.
Super random too.
Yeah. But that was like modern. That shit was like Zach Galifianakis between two ferns. It was decent. Sparrow. Like it was a lot of show. Like it really blueprinted a lot of like modern like interview shows where it's just like
that's true.
Fucking random Eric Andre ass shit,
Yeah, this is true.
It's like they all try to be Space Ghost Coast to Coast. Fucking weird.
I would say, I feel proud of myself now that I'm after 4 years. I'm finally current on Rick and Morty. People was talking about that for forever. I was like, I've never seen that shit until September.
I'm not saying the show is bad. It doesn't click. How long did it take for it to click with you? Where you're like, okay, I'm into this shit.
A couple episodes, like maybe half of the first season.
Okay.
It's like when it's 22 minutes, I'm willing to like give it some time, especially when it's a new, it's that first season to kind of get to know the characters and what their, the point of them is supposed to be. But yeah, by the end of season one, I was definitely in. I was just because season one's not that long.
I know the new season just came out. I think the problem too is I think it might be the fans that throw me off as well, because they're like, it's a good cartoon. It's about depression. I'm like, is it?
It's not about that. It's about
I'm like, you know what it is? It's these fucking fans of Rick and Morty, I'm like, you know, you guys are all just a bunch of like libertarians. I ain't got time for you. Doing your white privilege politics. Fuck you guys.
Bunch of Adam Nutters.
Right. Fuck that guy. Here's my new fuck you guy.
That is hilarious. It's a bunch of libertarians. Wow. Who haven't we offended today? Like, let's see.
I mean, that's the goal. That's how I start my week.
Let's see. We started off offending Mexicans.
Right, exactly. Yeah, this fool, Delvin brought up the fucking started the show with the Taco Bell Chihuahua talking about here, lizard.
That's hilarious.
I
did say you were going to bring churros to Thanksgiving, which is pretty racist. Yeah. But that would be delicious if you could do such a thing.
Though, to take it back to cartoon or to commercials, you know who had the best fucking commercial? You remember those little penny commercials?
Oh yeah, those are classic.
Man, those are the best. The little fucking puppet. Damn.
I want to say that I read somewhere recently or saw like a video that said like Chris Rock never actually met him until like years later.
Really?
Met who though? Yeah, like Penny Hardaway?
Yeah. It was something like they never actually met when they did any of that stuff since it was a puppet. Mm-hmm. Like he didn't meet him until much later.
Damn, that's crazy.
Well, here's something funny. In my head, I'm thinking Chris Rock never met the puppet.
Jesus Christ.
Delvin
is definitely high enough. He's definitely high enough to enjoy Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Yeah, he took it to a different level. Fucking.
Why did Chris Rock?
Delvin's over here thinking about Chris Rock lying in bed, just going, "Damn, why am I gonna meet this puppet? Fuck, this is my partner, and we haven't met."
You were so disappointed that he never met the puppet.
Damn, man, you were dumb.
Yeah, it's something wrong with you, B.
Sitting back, thinking about his illustrious career and stuff like that. Like, damn, I never did meet
Chris Rock has one regret: never meeting the puppet.
Fucking billionaire.
You're really tickled by this.
Yes, I am delighted by that.
This dude's a fool.
Christ.
All right, so let me tell you.
Was there an agenda for this? I mean, we just shooting the shit. Did you have anything that we're supposed to be talking about in particular?
Do we ever have something we're supposed to be talking about in this show?
This is it. I mean, I talked about things I want to talk about. I talked about summer school. Talk about Zion.
I was gonna say.
I talked about dying over the weekend.
He almost died.
He's old. It happens. It's like he used to like send out like, "Oh, this is what we're gonna talk about," and I would never read it. But he definitely did.
He gave up on that.
Yeah.
Once he realized he didn't give a fuck.
Hey, that's what I'm gonna say. Hey, getting ready for today, completely forgot. I don't have a what's up with that.
Ooh-wee. What up with that? What up with that? Ooh-wee. What up with that? What up with that? He said, she said, we said, Lee said, what up with that?
So, what's up with me not having a fucking agenda? I don't know.
It's the end of the summer.
Right, for real.
When do your kids start?
Mine start, I think, the last week in August, like right before the 3-day weekend. And then my district starts on the 16th.
Okay. I do want to pat myself on the back for getting the platinum trophy in Ratchet and Clank.
You did.
Rift Apart. I did get the platinum. That's a great game.
Yeah, I've been finished it. I just didn't go after the platinum.
The platinum is a lot easier than you think. It seems like when you read it, you're like, I don't know. It took I think I might have played maybe 2.5 more hours after I beat it to get the platinum. Yeah. It really didn't take that long at all.
I have been thinking about getting in because they're doing that second playthrough and just catching the rest of them, because I have looked at the trophies and I'm like, okay, yeah, these are attainable.
I want to say if you do the first 3 worlds, you should be able to get everything or something. Because there's a lot you can do before you start a new playthrough. Yeah. And then there are certain things it's like, well, I got to start a new playthrough to get these couple of things. But yeah, it really wasn't that bad. But it was a great game.
Yeah, I think the only one thing that was giving me a hard time was having to collect all those like fucking berries or whatever you're supposed to do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I ain't doing that shit.
Yeah, that one I was like, I don't want to do this. Though I did do a bunch of side stuff.
But no, when you get to a certain level with the dragon or whatever you want to call it, it like spits out fire and that collects them.
Oh shit!
Like the ones that are up high, like where you're flying away, you can shoot fire at it. And I just looked at a YouTube video. I'm like, this is fucking impossible. Yeah, and I saw that. I was like, oh, okay, no.
And that's why I was having a hard time because I was like, I can't land this fucking thing without like getting stuck.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you get to a point where like you get enough of them, and it's like, oh, now she can shoot fire and stuff. So yeah.
Damn, that's smart.
That's how you get them. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that game is definitely a must buy. Like if you got a PlayStation 5, you gotta play that game.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It's I am very I was very, very satisfied. Like it would have been fine if it was a little bit longer because I wouldn't mind playing more of it. But it was a good story.
Yeah.
And there's plenty for you to do. And like you said, you can run it back. And I wasn't really the one that was like, oh, I want to make sure I level all my weapons up to 10. But I can see how if that's you, it's a lot more game left. You know what I'm saying? Because to get them up to level 10. What was your favorite weapon? Because I feel like I just kind of use the same handful.
My favorite weapon was shit. You know what? It depended. Like sometimes I would like really get stuck on one or another. I used that one that shoots the buzzsaw blades a lot, and the one that does the ricochet one a lot. But you know what I used a ton that I leveled up was the fucking where you get like the bunch of like little mini robots that just
that's like a Doom something.
Yeah, that one I leveled.
The Glove of Doom. Yeah, that was dope.
So once that was maxed out, it was like I would throw that bitch out and just be like chilling in the corner.
Oh, yeah.
And they would just destroy everything, and I just go back and collect all the little the little things. But I would find myself like just trying the different guns. I did use the pixelator a lot.
I did not use the pixelator a lot at all.
I use that a lot too.
And the only reason I used it a lot was because I liked the sounds, and watching them turn into the pixels was just like satisfying.
Yeah, it just seemed it wasn't like it wasn't bad, but the other guns became more powerful a lot more quickly. So I ended up like really maxing out like the shotgun, whatever it was called, because that shit would really wreck shop if there were like a lot of people around you.
Yeah.
Like you said, the Glove of Doom was good. Eventually, I started using, like the weapon that turned them into plants, because that actually does stop a crowd. Oh, it really. No, when you level it up, like to level like 2 or 3, like you throw it out, and it throws out like a sprinkler. So it's just spraying people like it just sprays in a circle.
Like
so anybody who
range.
gets in that radius, it just gets turned to like a plant, and that really helps if it's like a bunch of enemies.
Yeah, I did have that one leveled up, so it would do that. Because then I would get to the point where I had so many of those little bits or whatever that it was like, now I was just leveling up like random shit for the sake of like leveling it up.
I gotta open this. I'm about to open the game real quick because I can't remember the other weapons.
But even the standard gun is good.
Yeah,
I barely use that shit at all after I started like leveling up the other ones.
Oh man, when that bitch is leveled up, it's like a good default.
I leveled it up to the Contra. I did level it up to the level 5 when you get the
spread gun.
You get the spread, you get the Contra spread. I mean, that's kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie.
The sniper is a fucking beast though too. If you guys ever use that.
Yeah.
It is. Really I use it mostly on bosses. Because it would just really like just boom, 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 really take down their.
Yeah, because you could.
It really take down their stuff.
It wrecked. That shit was good.
It was a good game.
I used the Glove of Doom with the Mr. Fun Guy.
Yes.
Mr. Fun Guy.
I would throw both of those at the same time, so then it was like it covered the high and the low.
Yeah, so that kind of like cleared the room out, made it a lot easier.
Yeah. And then I just made sure like whatever weapon was being tossed my direction, or I just would get out of the way. But I would just let those guys get to work. Because at the same time, they would regenerate. By the time they were done, I was already ready to throw out more. So it was just like an infinite wave of just like troops.
I like the ricochet too. Oh, and I used the fuck out of lightning strike. That was probably one of my favorites.
Yeah, you know what? I used lightning strike a lot too.
Lightning strike was pretty good.
Yeah, especially if it was aerial, because then like if they were up in the sky, because those tend to like flutter around more often. I would use it then, link them up, and then I can like have at them.
That was probably my most used gun. Was probably the lightning.
I wonder if you could do any stats like that, like what you used.
I would, I would like that. That would be pretty cool. I didn't use the drill hound at all. I did not like this weapon. It didn't do anything for me.
Oh, yeah, I used that one a ton too. Like I said, I would get into if you level up the drill hound, it's a beast because basically you're just throwing even stronger grenades, and the fact that it locks on, so it's just like boom. I did use the Negaton collider a lot until I got the Peacemaker. Then I was just like, that was just a better kind of rocket, so I used that more. Yeah, but yeah, it was that's the one thing about this game. I'm just like, I can tell, like we played the same game but had a different experience because we just played everything different. Yeah. No,
y'all are just like, oh yeah, I didn't even realize. You had no idea that you could use this the sprinkler.
Yeah,
and it was just like, yeah, that should actually, it helps out. I wish the buzz blades were a little bit better. They were just weak. I kind of wanted to try it. It just didn't.
And that was one of my main ones was the buzz blades. I had
really
leveled up all the way, and I was just chopping up fools.
Now what gets really dope when you level it up is the black hole storm. That actually got really good because when you get it to like level 3, it actually starts like exploding black holes, like when you fire for a while. So that was pretty dope. It was just a good ass game, and I feel like I missed out on a lot because I never played Ratchet and Clank until that last one they had before this one. That was like the first Ratchet and Clank I ever played.
The remaster, the reboot?
No, not the remaster. Like the last one in the story. Not the remaster, but the last story one that they had like way back. I want to say I bought that shit at the same time as like Uncharted 3 or some shit. It was a minute ago when they did that one.
All for one?
I don't remember what the fuck the name of that one is. I think I still got it.
That sounds right though.
Yeah, because I know it was the only reason I bought it is because it was the Best Buy 2 get 1, and I was like, well, I never played a Ratchet and Clank, and people tend to like this shit, so let me try it. That was literally the only reason I bought it.
Said about a good like platformer though, like this is how you do it, like where it shows that like that style isn't dead, it just needs to be done right, Yeah, exactly. Even the like riding the rails, it was fucking clean.
Yeah,
like
it was.
Wasn't a challenge. Whereas like comparing it to Sunset Overdrive, like you're riding the rails on there, but sometimes it can be a little too like convoluted, or
I never did finish that game.
Your direction isn't that smooth. This shows you can do it and still be like, all right, because you can hop rails and change your direction, shit like that.
Yeah, like it was a game that was just fun. It didn't have to be like crazy complicated. Like some of the puzzles that you had to think about a little bit, but it wasn't too ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like I just like the shit. You know?
No, it was good. I've been playing a ton of Far Cry 3 because it was one I'd never played, and people always like talk about it being like really, really good. And then that shit was only like $2.99 on the PlayStation Network. So I was like,
oh, okay. Really? Oh, wow.
I was like, for $3, I mean, even if it's still, that's not that bad. And I got to say, aside from the mechanics just being a little, you could tell they're dated. Because it's one thing that like I've always had trouble with Far Cry games is that I feel the characters, they're not heavy enough. Like they feel like they run on rails. And even the way their hands move, it's almost like a fucking locomotive where it's just like they start moving and the hands like go, the faster they run, like the faster their hands go. And I'm just like, yeah, that's not realistic. Like this looks stupid. But other than that, that's like funny. The story's actually pretty good. The gameplay is still pretty tight. I just had to adjust a little bit of the sensitivity, but other than that, like I'm like, yeah, this is actually a really good game. So for $3, I'm like, fuck, man,
that's not bad, man.
I'm stoked.
I actually just started. I started a Final Fantasy VII remake. So that's what I'm.
Great game.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting into. Yeah, I only played like 2 hours of it, so I'm like still way at the beginning, but yeah, I like it so far.
Yeah, I'm sitting on. I still got that one download or ready to play, and then I bought Returnal, but just haven't even started it yet.
I feel like people either loved or hated it. I don't. I wasn't. I feel like it was no real in between.
True. Did you play Delvin?
Yeah, I love it. It's space Dark Souls.
Yeah.
It's
that
hard.
sounds awful.
It just looks amazing. The art style just looks wow.
I don't want to play Space Dark Souls.
I will say this:
something that I want.
The best thing about it is it's Space Dark Souls, but it plays a lot better to me than Dark Souls does. It's more fluid combat, more faster, quick. Just got to be quick on your reflexes. I like it. I like it a lot. It's really good.
Yeah, that's the one I'll jump into probably next after I finish Far Cry. I think I'm down to the last quarter of the missions, and then because I'm still playing fucking Sackboy here and there, but I am having the hardest time playing that game. It is so fucking boring. Like it's not.
I have it. One of my boys gave it to me. It came in his PS5 bundle, and he didn't want it. I haven't played it at all.
Like it's not terrible. It's just I don't know. The story's not there, or it doesn't have. I think I was telling Mike the other day, like
it's a launch game.
Yeah, it just doesn't. You know what it feels like? It feels like Knack. Like Knack it looks amazing. It shows off a lot of the abilities. It's just a boring game. Like after a while, you kind of go like, oh, so you want me to jump and jump and jump and jump and then jump and then I'm done. And it's like, okay, where's the challenge? And I think that's the difference in like how Ratchet and Clank is like an amazing like action platformer, and like Sackboy isn't, because it's like you guys missed the point on this one. Like, there's only so much jumping without like a purpose or some action. So that one's been fucking like.
I've been trying to game more, but I'm fucking busy, and I'm about to get busier because my son is coming off of injury, so now he gets to do sports too. So like busy as shit. So like both of the kids have training tomorrow. We talked about all the training these fuckers have. Yeah. So like that's not stopping. So I don't get as much game time as I want.
I noticed I've been hitting more ruts, because then it's just like just with this last year and trying to manage the school and stuff like that, it's like I'm just more mentally exhausted. So I can't tell you how many times I've turned on, PlayStation or picked up the Switch and then immediately put it down because it took too much mental energy to just even scroll through the menus, or I was like, yeah, I can do this. I can do it. So I've been going slow lately, but whatever. Well, I think we're hitting a good point. Kind of wrap things up. Oh yeah, I still haven't told my death story. Fuck it, let me go through this.
Yeah, I was going to say something too.
Okay.
No, I was going to say, hold on, before you start the death story, like I understand what you're saying about gaming, and that's me with TV. Like I fall so behind with stuff because like I just don't feel like watching that shit right now. I don't feel like paying attention. I'm about to just watch reruns of shit that I've seen before. Like I'm just watching Practical Jokers all night and Sports Center. Like I just don't feel like starting a new series. But go ahead and you tell the people how you almost died. And I don't think I talked about how hard I've been hitting the gym and I've been taking this HGH. So your boy is swole over here.
Man, shut up. Now, my wife is out here working hard in the gym. You see her. She's flexing out in these streets. And she wants to throw down a gym challenge against Shaun. So if you want to see Shaun get mopped up, I might have to set up a Twitch stream when my wife does out stacks him.
At first, look, I'm not like, it's nothing like, it's hard to compare, strength.
Greatness to weakness. I get it.
No. With the old short black dude. You know what I'm saying? It's
That's
just
a good point.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of
that old man strength, man, that shit kicks in.
Hold on, well, we gotta talk about the real feature though. Speaking of being old and being short, there's gonna be a ledge runoff between Shaun and I as well.
Yeah, this fool thinks he can beat me in a race. Do you know what I told him? I said, ain't no nigga wearing Vans gonna outrun me, point blank period, in the discussion. It's just not gonna happen.
I just want somebody to take this.
I I would do. We will go. I live in a cul-de-sac. We will go right out in front of my house, and we will go ahead and record this shit.
But I think I said, yeah, both of us gonna run. Sean said he's gonna pull his hamstring, and I said, yeah, and I'll probably fall on my face. We won't even make it to the finish line. This
is gonna be the saddest race in history.
Oh, yeah. 100%
miserable.
No, man. Hey, man. Starting in September, man. I'm releasing training montages, man. You know what I'm saying? Like it's going down.
This nigga finna just watch Rocky 4 multiple times.
It's just Sean's face over fucking Apollo Creed.
It's just gonna be me running up and down in front of my house with a hoodie on and shit.
Fucking just sweating. Sean's gonna be looking fake like this Avengers cartoon.
Or use the Face app for Rocky 4.
The Face app. He's over here on TikTok, putting his face over.
Well, go ahead and tell us how you almost died from being old.
Oh yeah. Okay, so I got this. You know, I got this new car, right? I got my old car, my Chevelle.
Yes.
So recently, I got new wheels for it. It's looking real fucking nice. And so the day we pick it up, get in the car, boom, turn it on, and my fucking brake pedal just hits the floor. And I'm like turn it on, the car just started rolling. Like I couldn't stop. And we were going towards the street. And so I was like, oh fuck. So I like slam it. Boom. So I told the guys, I was like, I don't have any brakes. And they're like, yeah, when you brought it in, it was a little soft. And I was like, it wasn't soft. I go, brakes were tight. I was like, I know you just put new springs and you put new wheels, but like, what the fuck happened to my brakes? So they took it in, they kind of bled the brakes a little, came out, brakes were a little soft. And I was like, something's still not right. Then I would hit the brakes, it would start to pull. So little by little, I was just like, you know what, maybe I'm just fine. Maybe I'm tripping. So then yesterday, Sunday, I fucking get in the car. My wife's with my daughter at a birthday party. My son's here gaming. And I'm like, you know what, I'm going to go to the gas station, go around the street, bring the car back. You know, no big deal. Fucking get to the stoplight. Like as I get there, like it went from yellow to red. And I'm like pulling up. I hit the fucking brakes. Guess what? No brakes.
Nothing.
No brakes. Major intersection. And I just go boom, right through it. I was like, I crossed like fucking 6 lanes. I was like, I'm gonna die. Like, holy
fuck. What the fuck?
Yes. Like zero fucking brakes. I was like, oh shit. So even the e-brake, I fucking slammed that bitch down. Nothing. Like I had zero fucking brakes. And so then I'm like pumping the shit out of them to kind of build some pressure. Eventually I get it to slow down. Like I slammed it down into low and I was like, how the fuck am I going to get home? If I pump it, I was able to stop. So then what was only like 4 blocks away took me like an hour to get home because I pretty much just like idled the whole way. I was like, I'm just going to be on the side, just like taking my time. And then another time it went out again, like and you could feel it, like it would hold pressure and then just drop. And it was like, not even like a slow compress where the brake would go. It would just be like, you could hear it thud on the floor, just like, thunk. And I was like, oh shit. I almost fucking like rear-ended a car because it was just like, but I was trying to keep my distance. But that shit, when you go across 6 lanes of traffic, I was like, oh no, this is not okay. Yeah.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, I'm telling you. But it was one of those things, like I had crossed it, like in a sense, right when it had turned red, so no one had gone yet. But it was
they saw your car come and it was like, this motherfucker's gonna run the light.
Yeah,
that's what
I really think so. Like they probably thought like, he's gonna run it, and so, but it was like when it hit, I should have gunned it to just go through. But the problem was, if I would have gunned it, knowing that my brakes weren't on, I would have just been going faster.
Just made it worse.
That would have been the problem worse.
Yeah,
exactly. So I was like, what the fuck? Got home. So eventually I get home, put it in the garage, and it like took forever to fucking stop. Threw it in, took it over to a mechanic today, and then kind of just did the same fashion to get over to the mechanic too, because luckily it's only like a couple blocks over. So then took it over there, and the guy was like, how'd you get it here? He's like, so you're saying the brakes don't work? I was like, yeah. He's like, how'd you get it? Like tow truck drop you off? I was like, oh no, I drove it. He was like, why would you drive it? I was like, I kind of had a technique that was working. So I just went really, really slow and just pumped the brakes and kept it like pressured the whole time.
This is when you're very lucky that you're in California and not Georgia. Because if you would have no brakes with the way people can't drive here and all the hills, like if you'd have fucked around and been on your way down and they went out, oh man.
Yeah, you know what? That's a good point too, because if there were hills, I would have been fucked. Then I would have been like, let's hit the tow truck. But knowing that it was like as flat can be, that I was like, I'll be okay. And knowing that it was like 3:00, so traffic wasn't like wild at that time, I was like, I'm okay. I'll be all right. But yeah, like I said, that shit though, fuck man, I was pissing my pants because I was like, fuck. Like it was just one of those moments where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get in a real bad car accident right now. Like I'm gonna get fucked, and nobody's here. You know what I mean? Like, good. I'm glad nobody was in the car with me. That it was just like, hey, at least they're all safe. But on the flip side, like, yeah, I would have got fucking wrecked. So I was like,
that's insane.
Yeah. So first thing I did this morning, called the mechanic. I was like, do you guys work on old cars? He's like, yes. I was like, okay, I'll bring you my car as soon as possible. Because, I mean, I think there are, I think it's more coincidental that like the brakes initially fucked up when the guys were working on the wheels. Because it really is just putting fucking wheels on and taking them off. So it's not a big deal. But I think that when my dad set it up, I don't think I think it's really old fluid. I don't think they were like drained or like bled properly. Because you got to think like that car hadn't been used for like almost fucking 20 years. So
wow,
I think it needs a good flush and a new good like setup. But I was like, but at the same time too, like I was telling my wife, I was like, I had been thinking about calling my dad to come down and be like, hey, let's work on these brakes so you can show me what to do. But the flip side is my dad's not very thorough. Like he's very much like, he's been a mechanic for forever. And if he's working on someone else's car, he'll do a great job. But if he's like working on our cars, he'll be like, this is good enough to get you going. And I'm like, I don't really want my car to be good enough. Like I want it to be like good for the road. Like, let's get going. Like, let's have this be right. So I was like, in this situation, like, I just need to go to like a mechanic, because he comes down, he's going to be like, yeah, it's no worries. Just fucking, you got to put fluid in every day and then fucking turn this knob 3 times and then make sure you never make left turns. And I'd be like, yeah, that'll make sense, you know? So yeah, like I said, I was fucking freaking out. I was like, oh boy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yep. So that was my adventure, but you know, I'm glad I get to live on for another day. I got some exciting stuff coming down the road.
Yeah.
Got school starting soon. Thanksgiving, C2E2. Delvin's not
I was
going to be there.
Say the most exciting thing that happened is I ordered a travel bag for my shoes. That's about the most exciting thing that happened to me in this last week.
Damn, you got a travel bag for your shoes. Don't you got a travel box for your hats?
I do. Yes.
Yeah, man.
I got that in LA, and I'm very happy that I got it. I already packed my hats for Chicago. That's just done, man. The hats already packed up.
Nice.
Got to have options.
Yep. Keep it fresh. Keep it fresh.
Yeah, try not to die before the next time. You know, that's not cool.
That's important.
Yeah.
It wasn't my agenda for the day. Yeah, I wasn't like, you know what, wake up at 7 a.m., go to the gym, die, funeral.
I don't want, what's today's date? July, was it 28th or 26th or whatever? 26th.
Sean has been taken about a board.
I want y'all to listen. Tonight, that Alex in Atlanta, I'm getting him drunk, and I'm gonna record him saying dumb shit. It's gonna be hilarious.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
He's gonna go drink for drink with me, and he'll probably pass out before we get to 4.
Well,
so actually, it'll be all right.
What's gonna happen is, because my wife will be around, she's gonna be the drink for drink. I'll be around making sure my kids don't. I guess number 1, that your son doesn't beat up my son, and 2, that my daughter doesn't beat up your daughter. So
no, they'll be fun. They'll all get along. It's funny because you're like Gavin just wants to stay at home and game. And what the fuck does he think he's gonna do when he's here? Like that's all my son does. That's why
I told this fool. He's like, what are we gonna do there? I was like, you're gonna be in the fucking room like playing video games. Like what, at the house? Yeah. God damn it.
Yeah, it's like I have literally systems all over the place. Pick one.
Yeah.
just play some shit. You'll be fine. We got TVs everywhere.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man.
But yeah, I definitely. This same thing I tell my wife. I'm like, I am a thick ass brother. You can't just go drink for drink with me. My tolerance is very, very high. So it's like that gets people like people look at my height and they're like, oh yeah, I'll take another one. Like, yeah, that's not how alcohol works. So it's just like, yeah. It's Chaufie tried to go drink for drink with me at C2E2 last year. He kept up pretty good, but he definitely was drinking all water at the after hour spot.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He was just like, I've had enough.
I'm pretty sure I did throw up, but I wasn't trying to throw up. wasn't on my to-do list. But we'll relive it. Well, Shaun, man, I'm glad you came on. I'm hyped. Yeah. I'm glad you got to join us today. Delvin, always, man. It's always good to talk to you. We'll do when's the next So Tell Me coming out?
Soon. I will say next month, which is a couple days.
Hey, since I don't really listen to podcasts like that, hey, man, I'm gonna zell you $1 so you can send me the podcast so I can hear the story. I'm not signing up for all that shit. I just need it directly from you. I ain't got time to be doing all that other shit. Just be like, hey, I'm gonna zell you $1.
Hey, even though Delvin's listening right now, I'll just give you the password.
Motherfucker.
I mean, if we can make a trade and give me the password, you can have Paramount Plus. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, I already got Chad's Paramount Plus. You got talk to me. You got Discovery Plus. We can make some things happen.
Actually, one of my friends have Discovery Plus. I haven't looked at that yet. Yeah, but I probably do. We can work it out. Yeah, exactly. We got
fucking unbelievable. Now I see you on Netflix be tripping. Right. I now agree with Netflix. Don't be sharing y'all damn
no family password.
No family accounts.
Delvin's gonna get a notification. New login from different ISP.
From Ghana, Africa. They'd be like, Delvin, did you log in from Atlanta, Georgia? He's like, the fuck?
He's like, no. No, but I'll hook you up. Don't worry.
All right, for sure.
All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us today. This was some good shit. We out. Peace.
Peace.
Mama.
What?
Grandma's not here.